Welcome back, Puddlings. I know what you're thinking. What? This is a bit of a different setup, innit, than usual. Yeah, it is! What are you going to do about it? Brethren, your first insight into what I look like. Any clues? No, probably not. You guys have been asking for a particular topic for me to cover. So today I'm going to do it. How do I motovlog? I'm going to go through my setup. I'm going to go through my equipment. I might even mention the equipment I want to use. But nonetheless, be sure to stick around, brethren, and see how I do it, or how I budget. Anyway, random transition. Amazing. Beautifully smooth transition. So, as you can see here, now I've got all my equipment set up, laid out for you so that I can just briefly run through what I've got and how I motovlog. So, for starters, I think probably the most important part of equipment that you're going to need to start motovlogging is dead central. So, what we have here is the GoPro Hero 7. So it's quite an old one. GoPro Hero 7 Silver. You see? It says 7 silver on the side. So, for the GoPro Hero 7, they brought out a few variations. They brought out the Hero Black, which is the all singing, all dancing, Big Daddy Boss Man GoPro. And they brought out the GoPro Hero Silver and the GoPro Hero White. So the difference is the silver and the white were more budget versions. They're not quite as impressive, the battery charge isn't quite as long, the frames per second and the quality, you can't get quite as much out of them. One thing that they lack, which is definitely a shame for motovlogging, is if you just pop the side off here, they don't have an audio input jack. So you see you've got your charging input, which doesn't work as an audio input on the silver, and then you've got your SD slot. So of course your footage, that's how you're getting it from GoPro to laptop to edit. So this means getting your mic wired up and synced with the footage is not quite as simple. But I'm going to talk you through what I've got. So, before I do that though, I'm going to show you this. So, this is my GoPro holder. I also bought this bad boy separately. This, I think it's called a swan neck or something like that, you can probably see. Whoa! So the reason I bought this one is because when it's flat on your helmet, it gives you a way better range of movement for the camera so that you can adjust and you can do it flush if you want. So that's why I bought that. And this bad boy is as simple as chucking that bad boy in the back there. Boom! And then... and then that's it. You'll notice the GoPro is actually upside down. This is the better way to mount your GoPro on your helmet upside down like this. And I believe this is the same way that 44 Teeth do it. So if you want to, set up a motovlogging channel, go check out their motovlogging vid, because that goes into quite good detail on how to set up, the Hero Blacks, which I don't have. So, improvised. So, I'm just going to move that out of the way for now. Let's come to the helmet. So you can see on the helmet, I have my little cheeky GoPro mount set up already. So I tried this with sticky pads to start with. It worked for the first few weeks, but then I saw it was slowly coming apart. So you see the sticky pads, added just a touch of the old hot glue. I don't believe it will damage the helmet because it can be heated up and then easily taken back off. But this has now been solid as you like for as long as you like, hopefully anyway. Even in the rain, nothing's made this come apart. So I'm sticking with it, bitches. But the moment we've been waiting for. Let's have a look at the setup. So it is as simple as I'll just get my camera, bang, done. And then that's ready to go. All you need to do is click your cheeky little button. But if anyone who knows how camera works, Adam, they'll just know how to click the button. So you don't need to tell people how to blooming wipe their own ass. For the sake of argument, I'm going to take that back off. Oh, frame the helmet nice. What do you think of the helmet too? Sexual, isn't it? So next up is my microphone, the Purple Panda. Got this for around £20, I believe, just straight off of Amazon. It is brilliant. really good mic quality. So that's what I go for. You get all sorts with it as well. You get adapters, different cable types. You see that's more of a headphone jack. You get clips for when you're mounting it to your own chest. And you get all the extra little fluffy balls. And this cute little sachet. The Panda! Anyway, this is how I mount it to the helmet. So, you can probably see, bang, it's not mounted in there because, unfortunately, I've had to take the jack and use one of the add-on parts. So I put them together, add that on, and then the USB-C focus. The USB-C then goes into my phone. I record my audio on my phone and then sync the audio and the footage up later and then remove the footage audio from the GoPro. Yeah, that's correct. Which is a little bit more awkward because it means I can't just get the camera going. I've got to sync everything up, which means, like, you know, it's a little bit harder to do some videos. So I've simply wired it up behind that pad in there. A lot of them just pop out, so I popped it out, wired it up, and then you can just see in there. There he is. The microphone's there and it's taped in. And that's how you get the clear audio from when you've got the helmet on. Ideally, I would like to, in future, get a GoPro Hero Black. But for now, on the budget I'm on, it's doing the trick. You guys still seem to be enjoying the content. And I'm just trying my best in the editing process. But now, I'm going to flick to on the roads. And I'll talk about the motovlogging a touch more. So, I suppose, briefly, I just want to go over my style of motovlogging, or sort of how I'm motovlogging on a day-to-day basis. So I'll start at the beginning. It's as simple as, I set the camera up on the helmet mount the way I've shown. I throw the helmet on, I'll then wire the audio mic jack through the inside of my jacket and then zip up. Then what I do is I'll start recording from the GoPro so that I'm already rolling then. Obviously I've not started the audio yet. So then I'll whip out my phone, I'll go onto the voice recorder on my phone, plug the mic in, it'll come up with a little message saying external mic in use for audio. So I know that then it's plugged in properly and my audio will work. And then on camera, I hit the record button, basically. And then obviously at the front, it'll throw up a timestamp of 0 seconds and then start counting up. And that's really easy. That's really good and useful because it means when I chuck it in editing software once the vlog's done, or once the vlog's recorded, should I say, I can basically get my GoPro footage to the exact point that it says 0000 on my phone after I've hit that audio record button, and then chuck the audio straight into that exact moment, and it just perfectly lines the audio up every single time, no faffing about. It's pretty easy to pause it on the 00 as well. And then for editing my videos, I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Now I know not everyone's going to have access to Adobe Premiere Pro because, you know, it's a little bit more of an expensive program. But fortunately enough for me, on one side of things, I'm already a designer, so I've already got access to quite a lot of the Adobe suite for work. But then also me and I've got two brothers, we all share the cost of a full license, which is 30 a month. So essentially I'm paying 10 a month to get the full Adobe Creative Cloud full suite. In my eyes, is an absolute bargain. Absolute bargain. That's how I put my vlogs together. How do I think of vlog topic? I tend to try and do a little bit of research. Some of them I'll try and just totally freeball, you know, if I'm at work and I'm like, well, I'm riding home, I could do a vlog on the way home. What could I talk about? And that's when you see things like what it's like to ride in the rain. That had to be a spontaneous one because it was absolutely chucking it down that day. Things like that. Don't get me wrong, I've got a list of sort of vlogs that I kind of want to do. Things that I want to talk about, things that I want to, you know, upcoming vlogs to do. But predominantly, yeah, it's a bit of 50-50 really. Research some. I've got to research some because I've got to give accurate pricings for you guys. And like the first half of this video, I've re-looked at all the
vlogging equipment, it's all things like that, but that's all the editing process anyway, so even if I do freeball a vlog, I can give it a bit more professional meat on the bones afterwards, post-production, or is, no, I think that is production, isn't it? I don't know. And then yeah, I'll just chat. We can see that I can clearly chat shit. I mean, if you haven't seen my waffling video, I would highly recommend going and checking it out if you want to literally see someone waffle about waffles. I don't know how it turned into that, but it did. It was well received as well, to be fair. It performed really, really well to start with. But anyway, just thought I'd give you a nice insight into how I do it. There is definitely better ways of doing it, and down the years, hopefully at some point, I'll be able to afford to get myself a GoPro Hero Black, so that then the quality of the vlog will improve, and that also means that then I can use my little cute silver, GoPro Silver, to mount on my handlebars, and then you can have that rear facing camera. But that's all dependent on funds, guys. So we'll see with that, but I know that content, as I invest more into it, content will start to naturally improve, you know. At the minute, all the off-bike things are done via my phone, so all the things you've seen today before I'm on the bike is phone recorded. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the phones now are so amazing with the cameras, but you can't help but see is it a DLR? I think that's what a lot of people use. You can't help but recognise what them things can do. The close-ups on bikes and things, especially for bike review, a lot of them detail shots, I don't think my phone can even do things like that, so it's definitely something to consider in the future. But for now, we're growing, it's amazing, it's working, so please stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell your friends if you think they might be interested in this type of content. I would be eternally grateful. Anyway, I'll call it there. Bit of a different one, wasn't it? Thanks for watching. Peace.